People are so insane. Wouldn't
They're
it
crazy.
be way weirder to dig up a body and it looks fine?
Yeah. Hello, welcome to Guide to the Unknown. I'm Kristen.
And I'm her little brother, William.
And we are heading back to that Wikipedia page full of urban lentries. Urban lentries.
You did it again. I'm gonna bust.
Pumpkin or bust. Guys, I'm having some sort of language issue. I have it honestly often. It's not something new. Don't be concerned about me or whatever. I just mix up words. You've probably heard me do it before. I'm trying to say urban legend entries.
Yes, I
You
understand.
know 'em?
I'm with you.
Thank you. You know them. You love them.
Yes, I do love them.
Yeah.
We greatly enjoy covering urban legends on Guide to the Unknown. We've been doing it, I don't know how many episodes at this point, but I can tell you the last time we did it was episode 402. And you can find all of our urban legend conversations at scaryfun.fun/urban legends. They're all sitting there waiting for you. Today, we're going to be wrapping up the Ks and getting into the Ls.
Can you believe it?
We're approaching the midway point of covering every single urban legend known to man, or at least every single urban legend that people have edited onto the Wikipedia page.
Exactly, which is going to have to be good enough for us.
Yeah, some of these are just like soup to nuts, not urban legends whatsoever.
Yeah.
But it's enjoyable.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
fun talking about scary stuff or oddities or weird stories. And so please, I hope you enjoy coming along the ride with us.
Yeah, this is a great bizarro compendium.
Yes.
So, Will, it seems like there's nothing to it but to do it. Why don't we get through these commercials, which of course we all love, and then we'll jump right in.
I think that sounds like a wonderful plan. Kristen?
Okay, great. Here we go. And we are back.
We're back. We've returned to you.
Yeah.
Before we dive into the lists proper, I want to say that this weekend, literally as this episode drops on Friday, tomorrow, Kristen and I are going to be at the NJ HorrorCon in beautiful Edison, New Jersey. We're going to have a table, a scary fun table. We're going to have some Survive the Night books, which is a choose your own adventure slasher killer thing that I wrote.
Yep.
Kristen is the starring character. In name only, but
Yes,
the
of
point
course.
is to keep Kristen from dying over and over. We'll both be able to sign books for anybody who wants to buy them. I'll have materials. I might even have a tease of a project that I've got coming out on Halloween.
Cool.
So I hope if you're in the area, you're able to drop by. That's the NJ Horror Convention tomorrow, September 27th and Sunday the 28th.
Yes.
I want to warn you as well that on that Sunday, I'm only staying until like 1. And then I'm driving down to Smodcastle Cinemas, Kevin Smith's movie theater, because I'll be opening The Devil and Daisy Dirt, which is a Jersey Devil themed live show happening at this movie theater, which is really cool. The Weird New Jersey guys will be there. Super fun. So consider coming out to that as well. That's 3:00 on Sunday, the 28th at Smodcastle Cinemas. I'll try to have links to everything in the show notes. But so big weekend.
Yeah,
busy
totally.
weekend.
Yeah.
So come out and see us, everybody.
Please.
All right. I've got the J's.
Yep.
Do you think that I should?
I think so. Let's go alphabetical.
And we've got to be efficient. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Okay.
Because something happened. And I ended up having to do a lot of research this time.
What happened
All
to
right.
you?
I'm pleased.
Yeah.
A lot of my things ended up being relatively short and weird, but I've got a lot of them.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So let's get things out of the way, starting with the JATO Rocket Car.
Okay.
The JATO Rocket Car. This is like the word scuba.
Yeah.
It's an acronym,
Okay. Yeah.
right? You could do an acrostic,
Yeah.
like kids do in
My
school.
favorite kind of poem.
Right.
Yeah.
W, wiggly. I, irate. Spelling my name down. So, a JATO rocket car. This is a story that came out of seemingly popularized at least in the late 1980s, I want to say. It's kind of ambiguous. The story goes that a man won the prestigious Darwin Award.
Ooh.
You know what the Darwin Award is?
Yeah, of course. They're the
He wasn't able to
awards-
give a speech.
No, I would think not. They're the awards that are given out for people dying in stupid ways.
Yes.
Not the most sensitive awards ever, I'll say.
No, not at all. There's a twist to the story, though. I think that will be forgiven if we want to get grim.
Okay.
He was awarded the Darwin statue after he strapped a JATO rocket onto his car. If the Chevy's feeling heavy. Uh-oh. You know.
So wait, what does JATO
you know the
stand
rest.
for?
Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Jet assisted takeoff rocket.
Okay.
It is basically one of the kinds of rockets that might be on the back of a plane
Okay.
to help it fly, like a jet.
So
it's
it kind
a
of looks
jet
like
engine.
the 60s Batmobile.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Kind of, yeah. Like a little circular thing that's going to blast out fire, and then heat flies forward. And unfortunately, well, what a shockaroo.
Yeah.
The Arizona Highway Patrol came upon a pile of smoldering metal embedded in the side of a cliff.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So basically, his JATO rocket car,
Did what it was supposed to do, essentially.
the best thing you can say is it worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
It apparently he wily coyoted himself into the side of a mountain. The wreckage resembled the site of an airplane crash, but it was a car. The type of car was unidentifiable. The lab finally figured out what it was and what happened. Most of the driver's remains were not recoverable. However, small fragments of bone, teeth, and hair were extracted from the crater.
Good Lord.
And fingernail and bone shards were removed from pieces of debris believed to be a portion of steering wheel.
Oh my God. This must have been some JATO that was strapped on this car.
Hell of a JATO, Kristen.
Because that was annihilated. Like the car and everything in it.
Yes.
Whoa.
Well, in a wonderful turn of events, it turns out that this didn't happen. This never happened.
I forgot what we're doing here. Urban legends.
It's an urban legend. Well, sometimes the urban legends have a kernel of truth.
Yes, yes.
This, I do not have any verifiable story of a man actually doing this, or at least, I'm not going to say no one's ever put a rocket on their car before, because that totally feels like the kind of thing that Tim Allen would do or something.
Yeah.
Tim Allen and Jay Leno are just
Together.
pod racing in the desert with their JATO rocket cars.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, try to keep up, tool man. Yeah. Mavis, take a picture of me in my JATO car. So, the biggest, I don't know, nudge that at least this story is not true entirely is that the Darwin Awards were not even a real thing at the time that this story was breaking.
Okay.
It was something that people would joke about, but no one was winning a Darwin Award.
Yeah, yeah.
In fact, I don't know when the last Darwin Awards were.
Yeah, I know. I haven't thought. I don't know how active they are.
Who's hosting the Darwin Awards this year?
Yeah, good question.
Right?
Yeah.
The Mythbusters also tried to verify this urban legend. They've tried several times. Apparently in the pilot episode of Mythbusters, they tried to make a JATO car, but they couldn't get a hold of a JATO jet-assisted takeoff engine.
Yeah.
However, they would revisit it periodically, and eventually they strapped 4 JATO rockets to the back of a car. And I watched. It was really cool, actually.
Yeah.
I saw... So the two main guys are sitting in like a truck, and they've got a car with 4 engines vertically on the back of it. And one of them is remote control driving the car. It looks like he's like, it looks like he's like at an arcade or something,
Yeah.
or like an arcade racing thing with like a fake steering wheel and stuff, but he's controlling the car remotely ahead of him, which is cool. And they ignite the rockets and they sent it up a ramp. Like Johnny Knoxville with rocket skates.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And just like Johnny Knoxville with rocket skates, it like kind of goes up the ramp. But then the second that it starts to sort of like level out and tip forward, now the rockets are propelling you down into the ground.
Yeah, yeah.
So the car basically goes up the ramp and within seconds just boom, like straight down into the ground.
Yeah.
But bounces because the rockets are so strong. So a goddamn car slams into the ground and then bounces up again until it slams into the ground a second time. So
my God.
At the very least, they proved that if you were to do that, you would not survive it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I do not have any verifiable case of this actually ever happening. But there you have it. The JATO rocket car.
Yeah, damn. Damn.
Damn, Daniel. Remember whatever that was? That was like a meme for 5 seconds.
Yeah, from E-Bomb's world.
I've got a couple of urban legends that we then come across through the list, but they're things that we've covered previously, so I'll mention them in passing because I'm a completionist. The Jersey Devil would come after the JATO rocket car. We've talked about the Jersey Devil extensively.
Yes.
We even talked about the Jersey Devil last week in your research of a haunted house. The episode where we specifically focused on the Jersey Devil is episode 50 of Guide to the Unknown, Jersey Devil and Ghosts. Put simply, a woman had too many kids and said, let my next child be a devil. And oh no, careful what you wish for. Wah, wah. It was devil.
Yeah.
Now it's just rumored to be in the Pine Barrens.
Right.
That's in a nutshell. Then there is the story of Robert Johnson.
Yeah.
Blues musician, who is the musician who supposedly had an encounter with the devil. Devil went down to Georgia. And you covered that actually in the first episode where we ever talked about this Urban Legends list.
Yeah, yeah.
Which was episode 263 of Guide to the Unknown as part of the 27 Club, which is another urban legend that all of these, celebrities and musicians, I think in particular, tend to die at 27. And what does it mean?
Yeah.
Well, you talked about Robert Johnson and who he was and the story behind his encounter with the devil in that episode, which is why instead we're going to leap to the first entry in the K's.
Okay, we've arrived.
I don't even know how I want to. I was thinking about trying to not spoil it. I think it's so well known.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh yeah, there's no point.
There's no point. All right.
Yeah.
The story is commonly known as the killer in the back seat. So this is so classically an urban legend that it actually is present in the original textbook on urban legends, The Vanishing Hitchhiker by Jan Harold Brunvand. So I thought that I might read to you the story as it was originally collected, if
Please.
that's okay with you. So the following version of The Killer in the Backseat was contributed in 1967 by a University of Utah student who had heard other versions set in Denver and Aurora, Colorado.
Ooh.
Aurora.
Yeah.
Right?
Not Illinois, but still.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. I thought there was a Wayne's World connection. I had the
Damn
wrong
it.
state. All right. A woman living in the city was visiting some friends in Ogden. When she got into her car in front of this friend's house, she noticed that a car started up right behind her. It was about 2 a.m, and there weren't any other cars on the road. After she had driven to the highway, she began to think that this car was following her. Some of the time, he would drive up real close to her car, but he wouldn't ever pass. She was really scared to death and kept speeding to try to get away from him. When she got to Salt Lake City, she started running stoplights to get away from him, but he would run right through them too. When she got to her driveway, she pulled in real fast, and this guy pulled in right behind her. She just laid on the horn, and her husband came running out. Just then, the guy jumped out of the car, and her husband ran over and said, "What the hell's going on here?" So he grabbed the guy, and his wife said, "This man's followed me all the way from Ogden." The man said, "I followed your wife because I was going to work, and as I got in my car, I noticed that when I turned my lights on, a man's head bobbed down in the back seat of her car." So the husband went over to her back seat, opened the door, and pulled a guy out from the back seat of her car. Now, there are, of course, variations of this story. One of the most popular is that she goes to a gas station, and the gas station attendant says that the $10 she's trying to pay with came up as counterfeit.
Yeah.
And she gets skeeved out by the gas station attendant, but then he reveals that he was actually trying to save her. There's a man in the backseat of her car with an axe.
Right,
An
right.
axe is usually the most common tool in the backseat. We obviously know this story quite well
Yes.
because we have covered the movie Urban Legend,
Yep.
where this is essentially the Drew Barrymore scene.
Yeah, it's the opener.
It's the opener. This is like one of the most famous urban legends of all time.
Yeah.
And interestingly, or maybe not, disappointingly, but not shockingly, it says this in the book. All right. Sometimes the pursuer is a burly truck driver or other tough-looking character, right? So the idea is like she's trying to get away from the guy who's driving after her because he visually seems
he's intimidating in some way.
scary, right? In several of the stories, the supposed would-be attacker is specifically said to be a black man, where it's like, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
There it is. I feel like that's sitting right there, right?
Yeah.
There's a black man following me in a car. And that's what the crux of the horror is until you find out that there's a person with an axe in your backseat.
Yeah,
That should
totally.
conclude with her learning a very special lesson.
Absolutely.
Yes. Anyway, that is sort of the classic or original.
I haven't heard
tale.
that original one where they
Really?
pull back at home and the husband comes out.
Yes.
I've really only heard any variation of, I don't know, being in public and somebody in the public space tells you
Interesting.
that. But no, I haven't heard like you're sandwiched between like a guy who followed you all the way home and your husband also comes out of the house and
Yeah.
is Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's an urban legend, right?
Yeah.
So it's been told so many different ways.
Totally.
People might also be familiar with it from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which I also hold in my hands now, where the story was adapted as a story called High Beams. It's pretty much the same thing. So I'm not going to read the entire story, obviously.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy how it sort of culminates here. She pulled into her driveway, and the truck pulled in behind her. She jumped from the car and ran to the house. "Call the police!" She screamed at her father.
Yeah.
Right? Because now they make it more of like
it's
a
aged
teenager.
down.
Yeah. Out in the driveway, she could see the driver of the truck. He had a gun in his hand. When the police arrived, they started to arrest him, but he pointed at the girl's car. "You don't want me," he said. "You want him."
Yeah.
Crouched behind the driver's seat, there was a man with a knife. Right? And then it says the culmination is, as the driver of the truck explained it, the man slipped into the girl's car just before she left the school. He saw it happen, but there was no way he could stop it. He thought about getting the police, but he was afraid to leave her, so he followed the car. Each time the man in the back seat reached up to overpower her, the driver of the truck turned on his high beams. Then the man dropped down, afraid that someone might see him.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about this in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yeah. And obviously it's very, very similar, but with a couple of key additions. One is that I do think that it's like rendered scarier by making...
I'm about to say, I think they're good additions.
They're good additions, yeah. Like that, like now she's like really a kid. You know, she's not an adult with a husband. Not that makes you more safe or anything like that, but it adds to some level of...
You're more vulnerable when you're a kid.
That's true, yeah.
And also the high beams thing is like a good addition.
Yes. So that's the thing that I was most familiar with is the idea, and it's a confusing one in retrospect.
Yes.
You tell these things as a story, and I feel like they're effective. But then when you do what we do, just like sit down and like really like think about them too much, it's like, wait a minute. The killer was like...
Just
creeping
waiting.
up. Uh-oh, the lights are on, tucked down. It's just so rinse, repeat. Well, now there's no light. I'll creep up. Uh-oh, more lights.
Yes.
Like, why are you deactivated by
Absolutely.
light?
Why are you so freaked by that?
If you're so crazy
that
you're
going
hiding in the back seat of a person's car to kill them,
you would think that it's just like, I'm going for this.
Yeah, it just seems so dopey.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah.
But there you go.
But it's fun.
That's the killer in the backseat, which I think is one of the most famous urban legends of all time. And
Definitely.
honestly, like I feel like it was every version that we just read here, from Jan Harold Brunvand and Alvin Schwartz. There's something that feels academic about holding a book
citing them.
Right?
Yeah.
But like they have a happy ending.
Yeah.
They catch the guy, which also P.S. You pull into your driveway and there's enough time for an altercation to happen in the driveway, and the guy's still...
I know!
Why don't you run away, man in the back seat?
Totally. This is the most ineffective killer ever.
Oh, totally.
He's just like hiding back there the entire ride home, not act. Like, when was he planning on acting? I would like this story from his POV.
Yes,
What's he doing back there?
What a doofus.
Yeah.
Right. He could have satiated his murderous lust.
Like, instantly. But instead, he's just like enjoying the ride, I guess.
Right, yes.
Enjoy the go, my man.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying commercial lines. Enjoy the go. Last week I did Pace Picante.
You sure did. Oh, yeah.
Huge audience response to that. I want to thank all my Pace heads out
hell
there.
of a week for me. All these people dogpiling.
Everyone loved it, and I want to thank all my fans.
It's been horrible. You know, when you all canceled me last week, the FCC tried to get me taken off the air because I didn't like the Pace Picante.
I know, and nobody's talking about that.
But then there was this groundswell of support, and I'm back. But so that urban legend, I feel like taking it and making it end in the murder, is so effective.
Oh yeah,
and that made it arguably like a perfect way to start Urban Legend, the movie.
Oh yeah, totally.
Right? No happy ending.
Right.
She doesn't trust, and they did the gas station attendant thing. Like you can see now that the movie, in which Brad Dourif is a gas station attendant, he doesn't say her $10 bill is counterfeit. He says there's a problem with her credit card, which is a very like
It's of the time.
Of
and
the
that
time
somebody
thing.
from the credit card company is on the phone and they want to
Yes.
talk to her, and it'll probably like clear it up is basically the thing.
Like a very simple change, but
Yep.
like of the time.
And it plays more into like the traditional definition of an urban legend. It's a little bit of a morality, like lesson learning thing.
Yes.
You can learn the lesson that you should, trust people and listen to them, so that you don't get your head chopped off.
She didn't trust.
Right.
She got in the car and the killer got her.
Yep.
Really fun. Really like a solid, scary urban legend.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to now peel out.
Oh.
Okay. Away from
We're
all
leaving
these,
the cars.
We're leaving the cars behind, Kristen. We're going to the streets of Japan.
Ooh.
Because I was puzzled. This in the list came up, and I could swear we had spoken about it before.
Mm-hmm.
I could not find. Maybe people out there can help
Yeah.
point to where we may have discussed this. It's the urban legend, I love it, admittedly, of Kuchisake-Onna. It's a Japanese urban legend that I think is fantastic. I'm super duper familiar with it. I could swear we've discussed it before.
Okay.
But I've got a couple of angles of it that I thought were entertaining, and it's quick enough that I think it's just enjoyable to talk about regardless. So, the legend of Kuchisake-Onna. It's a Japanese urban legend described as a malicious spirit or an onryo. That's the name of like these rage-filled ghosts. She partially covers her face with a mask and carries a pair of scissors or another sharp object. She will walk down the streets of Japan.
I think I know what you're thinking of. We watched like a cartoon sort of thing of this on the Netherworld Dispatch.
Yeah, maybe then we discussed it in passing in context of watching that cartoon.
I think that's
thing.
what
Yeah,
it is.
possibly.
Yeah.
She will approach a victim who is usually alone, and remember, she's wearing a mask. She will take the mask off and reveal that her mouth has been. Oh no! Wait! The mask stays on at first. Okay, mask on, hair up.
Yeah.
Have you tried glasses off, hair down yet? She keeps the mask on, and she'll ask the victim, "Do you think I'm beautiful?" If they say no, she will kill them with her long medical scissors on the spot.
Yeah.
If they say yes, she then goes into stage 2 of her plan, where she now removes the mask and reveals that her mouth is slit open from ear to ear.
Yeah.
Like the Joker smile almost. That's her name, Kuchisake-Onna. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, by the way. It translates to the slit-mouthed woman.
Yeah.
Which is scary. So she'll ask again, now revealing that her mouth is cut open from ear to ear. Do you think I'm beautiful? And if you say no, same result. She will kill you there on the spot. If you say yes, which seems like the other sensible answer, she'll cut your mouth.
Yeah, because you like that.
You must like. If you're telling me you like this,
Yep.
then you must want to have this.
Yeah.
And so she will cut your mouth open from ear to ear.
Yep.
So what do you do?
I know. You're
What the
damned
hell
if you
are you
do,
supposed to
damned if
do?
you don't.
Well, it says that there are methods to escape alive.
Okay.
You have to answer her question by being kind of
I
non-committal.
was to say that.
Yeah.
You know.
They literally say, you can describe her appearance as, quote, average.
Oh, I don't love that.
But I guess
I know. I guess you got to do what you
you'll
got to
be
do.
alive and your face will be intact.
Yeah.
Right? Some people say that she's up to 8 feet tall and has long black hair, white hands, pale skin, and is otherwise quite beautiful. This urban legend, fascinatingly, goes back hundreds of years. It may go back to the 1600s.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Rumors, though, now...
They have rudimentary scissors?
Yeah, good question. I don't know.
Maybe it was just a knife.
Some sort of a blade.
Yeah.
I guess. But so I'm speculating now, but the legend became popular, like really popular again, evidently in the late 70s. And I wonder if that has something to do with all these urban legends.
Yeah,
Because
I
it
think
was
it could.
in the 50s and 60s that the modern urban legends started to really take hold as these cautionary tales and scary stories. And like this Jan Harold Brunvan book, I think, is from the 60s or whatever.
I think it's like 68 or something.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. I feel like it's not impossible that the concept of urban legends came about and it led people to recontextualize old stories that have been told and been like, oh, you know what? That's actually an urban legend.
Yeah, I think so. And like, I think it was updated for the time. You know, I think they updated it to sort of like modern Japan by that point. But it was so a thing that, and this is one of those things where like this itself may be an urban legend. I don't know. Rumors surrounding Kuchisake-Onna spread throughout the country in 1979, the summer of 1979, leading to young children being accompanied by groups of adults when walking home from school.
Oh.
The story's boom in popularity stopped by August.
Huh. What was the month you said it started?
Just summer.
Just summer. Okay. Yeah.
So it was like in
All right,
June.
it's a flash in the pan.
Yeah, a couple of months.
Yeah.
But it was like
that
the
kids were
hot,
like, I'm
scary
scared.
thing. Will you
Yeah.
please walk me home?
Yeah. Aw.
Which I know.
I would absolutely walk Zoe home if she was scared of Kuchisake-Onna. I don't care how silly.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
She still asks about the toe taker. This is
There's an original character that she developed.
This is Zoe's original urban legend that she has invented. She did say, though, that she's not afraid of the toe taker anymore because Mom said that he's now on Toe Taker Island.
Oh, that's awesome.
He doesn't want to leave.
That was genius
So
of
she
Allie.
has tried something new. She has started telling me she's worried about the finger taker.
Okay.
It's starting to feel derivative.
I was about to say, it's not her strongest work.
Toe taker.
Because, yeah, she made up the toe taker, obviously.
Toe taker is a hit right out the
Primo.
gate. The finger taker, I'm kind of like, okay.
All right. You know, that's all right. She's working through
You
these
just want me to
things.
stay in your bedroom and read another story, don't you?
I'm starting to think you're making all this up.
Yeah, I'm starting to think the toe taker's not even real. Oh, Zoe. Now, like I said, I was trying to figure out where we had talked about Kuchisake-Onna. And so I ended up...
Toe taker island is so funny.
Toe Taker Island.
All right, I'm back.
A whole island of toe takers, I guess. I don't know. There's like a theme park, someplace
That's so
to relax.
funny that Allie was like, no, it's okay. He's on Toe Taker Island.
Al's got like the best methods for
That's so
handling this
funny.
stuff. She'll just be like, what would happen if the toe taker came here?
Yeah.
We would tell him to leave. Like she like handles it. She like
With aplomb.
she approaches it from like the perspective of a kid, and then
Yeah.
is just like, even if there was a toe taker, if he showed up, I'd say, no, you can't come in.
Yeah.
And then Zoe kind of laughs about it and we move on. It's a brilliant way to handle it.
It's great.
So I was looking through old episodes, and YouTube has this feature where there's an ask button. It's an AI thing. And so we had this episode about J-horror, and I was like, maybe it was here. So in ask, I typed in like, do we talk about a beautiful woman? Which is a weird approach. But the Google AI scrubbed through our video and was like, no, it's not here, but you may be describing the legend of Kuchisake-Onna.
Oh.
I was like, whoa, okay. So like in
Interesting.
trying to scrub this YouTube video, it
Yeah.
gave me a relevant topic.
Yeah.
But then they
Also-
provided something I'd never seen before.
Yeah.
They continued on to be like, it said that she'll ask yes, no, and then all you have to do is be non-committal in your answer or whatever, or you can distract her. And this is what the Google AI within YouTube, trying to make sense of our work, provided. Distract her by throwing money or hard candy.
Is that real, though?
I've never seen this anywhere else.
Yeah.
But I
is
guess
that
you can
part of
sprinkle
the
some
legend?
Werthers on the ground, and Kuchisake-Onna will go yum yum and
Right.
start shoving them into her slit mouth.
I guess. I don't know is that actually part of the legend, or YouTube just pulled this out of its robot ass?
I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
going to go with robot ass.
You're right.
Yeah.
Just so you know, you might already know this. Now, Apple Podcasts automatically transcribes all the episodes. You can also search for things in that.
Yes. I just wasn't confident if
No,
it would.
I know, but it's a handy tool.
Yes. I just wasn't confident if the transcription would handle Kuchisake-Onna.
Yes.
As a name or whatever.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I use that transcription constantly.
I know.
Yeah.
It's great.
Okay. The last urban legend. This is it from me. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Promise?
Don't get all antsy here and beg for more.
Okay.
Okay. This is the last one I'll be telling you about today. Then it's your turn.
Fine.
I'll tell you about the story of, and again, I don't know if I have the pronunciation right. We're staying in Japan now.
Yeah.
Kunekune.
Okay.
All right. It's an urban legend which concerns a distant apparition seen on widely extended rice or barley fields on summer days. It's basically, it's pretty much a scarecrow. Like if
Okay.
you looked out into a field and you saw a scarecrow, like
Yeah.
an all white scarecrow.
Oh my God. There is, I don't know if you would call it a scarecrow. It'll take 2 seconds. It might be a little bit of a you had to be there. Or maybe actually some of you have seen similar things. I think somebody had to buy this in a normal store. There is a scarecrow with a pumpkin head that somebody on my drive home from work has on their porch that is like, at least from my vantage point driving, like actual human size. It is so creepy looking. And it's
Really?
sitting in a chair. It's like dressed like a scarecrow. Or yeah, I mean, it's dressed like a scarecrow. It has like a plaid-ish shirt on and like overalls with a pumpkin head. But it looks like it's just like a person sitting there. It is creepy looking.
You want to try to get a picture of it?
I'll try, yeah.
Give it a shot.
It's kind of a busy road, so I might
feel
not be
like-
able to. I guess I could try pulling over.
I feel like I've seen similar things to that. Is there some?
Yeah.
It just looks like
It's not, like, insane
the
or
proportions
anything.
are just right for like
Yeah.
it to be a person sitting there.
Yes.
There's got to be. This feels like urban legend fodder.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I know of urban legends that are similar but not identical to this.
Yeah.
The idea of like the Halloween decorations, that's not a Halloween decoration.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, like the hanging body, I feel like that's a classic
Yes.
one that you think it's a Halloween decoration, turns out
It's
to actually be
actually
a
a
hanging
human.
body. But what if it was something much more mundane of like, yeah, a scarecrow thing that's sitting in a chair.
Right.
And then you find out that's a person that's just sitting there and they're using the Halloween decoration
Yeah,
excuse to just be like a creepo voyeur.
That's what I keep thinking of is like, oh, what if that's somebody who's just like pretending to be a Halloween decoration, but they're just
crazy
sitting.
to
Yeah.
do. You know, there's that house. I can't believe we've never like really covered this house before. We've talked about it before. On 130.
Okay. Oh,
House with
yeah,
all the
yeah, yeah.
mannequins. There's this
Yep.
house. Yeah, like New Jersey, I think has a lot of coverage of this kind of thing because of the magazine Weird New Jersey, where it's like odd local roadside things. There's a house not 10 minutes from us, right
Yeah.
where we sit, where the entire front of the house is covered in mannequins.
Year round.
Several dozen mannequins, and they're mundane mannequins.
Yeah.
They're like just like in regular street clothes and stuff. I don't know what the deal is, but anytime, and it's not often that I drive past, I just don't go in that area very
Yeah,
much.
same.
But every time I drive past, I'm like, your eyes almost glaze over.
Yeah.
Because there's so many mannequins that like it could easily be that one of them is a person who just
totally.
occasionally
Just-
steps in.
Right.
And is just standing among them for some unknown
It's very
frightful
weird.
reason. Yeah.
It's very weird. I think the last time I saw it, there was some sort of sign I found objectionable in the yard as well.
Really?
Yes. Politically objectionable.
Uh-oh. Melvin eat blubber?
Yep, exactly. And I was like, get a clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah. From forever ago. but
It's
yeah.
like a mistake or something.
Yeah.
In the movie Zodiac, they refer to like needing to wear pins that say I'm not Paul Avery because the Zodiac killer was targeting Paul Avery.
Yeah.
And in the Zodiac letter, he's like, I'd love to see people wear pins with my symbol on it instead. I see all these other pins like Melvin eats blubber. And it's like, what the hell is Melvin eats blubber? I've looked into it. It's about Herman Melville.
Yes.
Who's the author of Moby Dick?
Right.
Who?
And there's whale blubber and yeah.
Who made a pin about Herman Melville
I don't
eating
know.
whale blubber? And what was the point of that?
I don't know.
Sick burn.
Some sort of weird 60s, 70s shit.
60s weirdos.
I know.
Melvin eats blubber. Wow, cool.
You got him.
All right. So
Yeah.
back to the Kunekune. All right. The Kunekune, it looks like a scarecrow. It's not a scarecrow. The Kunekune allegedly can only become visible from a distance. Witnesses may see field workers or other people standing in close proximity to a Kunekune. Sorry,
What have you done?
I knocked
he
over
knocked
your
my
phone.
phone.
I'm such a villain. But then if you ask those people, like, what was that thing out there with you? They'd have no idea what you're talking about. They can't see it. You can only see this thing from a distance.
Yeah.
It is said to be unwise to look at it up close because it can drive you insane just to make eye contact with it. And if you do get up close to it, it will just ignore you, which is very frightening.
Yeah,
like
that's
extra
weird.
frightening that this thing is just sort of like.
Wait, I'm a little confused. If you make eye contact with it, it can make you insane.
Yes, you can
But
go
if you
crazy.
get close to it, it'll ignore you.
Yeah, you can go crazy from looking at it.
Uh-huh.
But if you approach it, it will ignore you. It's almost like a a force of nature.
Yeah.
Or something. And I do think that like a lot of Japanese ghosts and stuff, they're usually referred to as like yokai, I think.
Yeah.
And they are sort of just like creatures out in nature with odd
Yes.
properties or something like that. So I guess this is just a quirk of the Kunekune. It likes to stand in a field blowing in the wind.
Right.
Even when there's no wind, which I enjoy.
That's cool.
It just always, Kunekune means wiggle, like to wiggle.
Oh,
or something
cool.
like that. So it's always blowing in the wind even if there's not a breeze.
It's like that Ghost of Christmas Present from the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah, you're right. That might have been a Kunekune.
Yeah. Always moving, even if there's nothing to be moving in.
Yes. Much like Slender Man, apparently this comes from an online forum that like you can deliberately point to and go like, oh,
Yeah.
that's when somebody came up with this story.
Yeah.
It was 2001 in on a forum called 2Channel.
Okay.
And then I think I found, I don't think it's the story, but I think it's a close like idea of like, you know, the kind of story that was told about the Kunekune back in the origin of it, which I got from the Villains Wiki.
Nice.
Which I love because the Villains Wiki always has that
love the
little
Villains
bar
Wiki.
of like quick
Yeah.
bite info.
Yeah, it has like their stats.
Yeah, it's got stats. So they have a crimes
Ooh.
stat about the Kunekune. Here are the crimes committed
Yeah.
by the Kunekune: brainwashing,
Uh-oh.
madness inducement, manslaughter, and stalking. I guess there is some incarnation in which it can kill you.
Yeah.
But so this is a chunk of a story. It's not the full story, and it does appear to be translated, so it's not written as like character names and stuff like that. The protagonist interprets having seen a quote-unquote new scarecrow, but when the wind stopped, it did not stop swaying. The protagonist's older brother was interested in it and went back to the house to get his binoculars. He looked through the binoculars. At that moment, the older brother was so frightened that he broke out in a cold sweat and finally dropped the binoculars he was holding. The protagonist asked the older brother what he had seen, but the older brother told the protagonist to stop looking and quietly went back in the house. The voice was no longer the voice of the older brother.
Ew.
The protagonist became curious about what the white object was and tried to look at it with a pair of binoculars that had fallen down. At that moment, the protagonist's grandfather came into the room with an impatient look. The grandfather told the protagonist not to look at the white object, and the protagonist was sent back home without knowing what was going on. The protagonist said that when he returned home, the protagonist's family was all sad, except for the older brother, who was laughing and dancing wildly. On the day of their return home, the grandmother told the protagonist that it would be better for the older brother to live in her house than to go back to the city, and that it would be best to release him into the rice fields after a few years.
Oh.
This story, and it sort of goes on from there,
Yeah.
but it just becomes sort of like the protagonist, who's presumably a kid, like
Yeah.
does not understand what happened to his brother, right?
Right.
But the idea that like it's from that just like perspective, it's very, now it's translated, but it's very clinically written of just like everyone's sad, but the older brother's not.
Yeah.
But then the idea that all the older relatives are just like, well, shit, like
We know what this is.
we know what happened. You must have looked through binoculars at the Kunekune.
Yeah.
We'll just let him live with us, and then
Right.
someday we'll let him into the rice fields? I don't really know what that means. Is he going to become?
I know. I don't totally get that either. Is that like how Kunekunes are made in a
Yeah.
way? Or is it just that that's the kind of work that he'll be able to do?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm
He's
not
been
sure.
driven mad?
Right.
I don't know.
Either way,
Yeah.
like such an odd, interesting story, but also in
Yeah,
such
I
a
really like the
matter of-
Kunekune.
a matter of fact kind of style,
Yes.
where it's just like, well, this is what happens. This thing happens sometimes.
Right. So we have an order of events that
Right.
we have to go through when it happens.
To live alongside it. So there you go.
Yeah.
So there you go. A bunch of odd stories, some Jay Leno car stuff, and some weirdy ghosts. Why not? Why the hell not?
Beautiful. Well, I've got a vampire coming at you.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know, kind of course.
Right.
But first, allow me to tell you about patreon.com/GTTUpod. This is where you can go if you would like to get our second weekly podcast, The Netherworld Dispatch, that comes out every single Monday. And you can also get access to our Discord, which is popping off every day.
Oh, yeah.
Ad-free regular Guides to the Unknown. So you don't have any of the commercials in it. You don't have us spieling about this stuff, just the regular show. You also get movie commentaries that we have. I have a monthly podcast with Liz Sauer of Ghosts and the Birds where we recap paranormal TV shows. We have a newsletter. There's all kinds of stuff, but also you are supporting us and our small business, which is this show and our company Scary Fun that makes all these things that you might be liking. So thank you so much to everybody who does that already. And we hope you consider joining us over on Patreon if you don't already.
Yes. The most recent episode of The Netherworld Dispatch is legendary already, in my mind.
Huge.
It's episode 232, Umpkin or Bust.
Umpkin or bust. So just like in the beginning of this episode where I said whatever it was, I said urban lentries or whatever.
Yes, right.
I was trying to say the words orange pumpkins or bust.
Right.
And instead I said umpkins or bust.
Umpkin. Umpkin.
Umpkin.
Never heard that word in my life.
I think
Apologies for whatever's going on with your brain, but I'm really enjoying it.
I know, I'm very sorry. I think it's a combination of me just generally having some sort of condition that makes me mix things up. I do it when I'm writing too. I've always done it. And I think it's also because the migraine medication that I have has a side effect of losing words, they call it. I think the combo of the two has really messed me up.
Does it bother you that I enjoy it?
No, not at all.
I think it's.
I don't love that it happens, but I'm not bothered at all that it's enjoyable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I stand by you.
Thank you.
And I champion you.
Thank you. We should find a name for it and make shirts.
The Kristen syndrome. Yeah. So anyway, we were looking at the news.
Yeah.
In that episode, but like paranormal news. You know, like we tried to look at like what's going on in the world of ghosts and UFOs, and then we found this guy named Mish who covers haunted music, haunted taverns and umpkin fields, and we went kind of.
We loved it.
We went a little wild.
We had so much fun playing with his
Mish.
name.
Mish's Dishes.
Yeah, we pretended that that's the name of his segment.
With the Teitschmiller twins.
It was wild.
It was wild.
As soon as I remembered Mish when this episode was uploaded on Monday, I also started thinking about the Janet Jackson song "Miss You Much." I miss you much.
Yes. There's so much that can be done with Mish.
I know.
Our favorite young man journalist.
Well, the people in the Discord were saying they really enjoyed this episode, which I was thrilled
so
about.
Did I.
So I'm happy. Yeah.
So go check that out. That's patreon.com/GTTUpod. We also love reading reviews.
Yep.
Here's a doozy from Kimberly ATL.
Ooh.
It really is scary fun. There's a reason this show's website is scaryfun.fun, because it is both scary and fun. Two fun funs.
Excellent.
I've been listening for years, and I'm consistently delighted by Will and Kristen's vibes and banter. Honestly, I laugh harder at this than I do at most of the straight-up comedy pods I listen to. They cover a wide variety of topics, both spooky and pop culture. For most pods, I skip when I'm not into the topic. But I listen to Guide to the Unknown without fail, because I know that even if the topic isn't my favorite thing, their commentary will bring some joy to my day. Thanks for the amazing show. Congratulations on 400. Here's to 400 more, and then 400 more after that. Basically, just keep going forever, please. Thanks. 5 stars.
That's so nice. Thank you so much. And I so relate to that. There are podcasts like that for me where I'm like, that doesn't sound so good to me, but I listen anyway. So that delights me that we can be like that for someone else.
That's the sweet spot.
It is. It is. So I'm thrilled we inhabit that for you. Thank you so much for that review. Thank you to everybody who leaves us reviews. And if you haven't done it already, we would love it if you left us a review. So you can leave us a written one like that on Apple Podcasts. You'll leave us a starred review on Spotify or any other podcast app. And we would really, really appreciate it if you did, because it means a lot to us. It helps other people decide to check out the show. And thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you all very, very much.
Yep.
So how's about we enjoy one more commercial break and then let Kristen get the vampires out?
Let's do it. Let's treat ourselves to a commercial here. And we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to tell you about the Lafayette Vampire. So this story is less cool to sit with in the moral sense than a lot of our urban legends because it revolves around a real person.
Oh.
This is a struggle a little bit because the urban legend part of this, what's made up about it is like so sweet.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh man, they made all this up about a real guy. I don't know if he's loving that.
Well, is he alive?
No.
That'd be weird if there was like, we think that this guy is a vampire and he's just like some dude who's still alive right now. Like, I keep telling you I'm not. I keep trying to tell you.
Luckily, no, he's not. For the well,
It wasn't blood. My doctor said I need to drink more cranberry juice. I have a urinary tract infection.
And hopefully it'll help. Hey, here's something I've never told in the show before. Urinary tract infections have never come up before.
Oh, this is exciting.
This is, talk about a horror.
Boy, I hope people do love listening to us talk about really whatever.
Talk about a horror.
Okay.
One time I'm sure I told you this. This had to be 20 years ago. I had a UTI. I went to the doctor and they had me pee in the thing for a sample or whatever. And I had taken at-home medication for it and it makes your pee like crazy orange or whatever. Okay. So I gave the nurse the sample and she went, "Oh, it looks like a tequila sunrise," and mimed drinking it. I was like, oh my God. People out there. Oh my God.
What is going on?
Isn't that crazy?
That's insane. I know that medical professionals become immune to the
I know.
oddities of that profession, but don't pretend to drink my urine.
Right. Right. My infected urine.
That's insane. That's insane.
I don't even know what I did. I know. I will never forget that. That was crazy.
Can I say something about urine real quick?
Yeah.
While we're on the topic?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is not real. This is perhaps an urban legend. Mm-hmm. Okay. But the thing about samples, this just popped into my head and it's funny. And I don't know if you know this concept.
Okay.
In the show Rescue Me, the Dennis Leary firefighter show, there's a rookie who joins the team. And then one of the like older statesman guys is like, every time that they're like, run into each other is like, "Hey, you have to do that health screening." He's like, "What health screening?" And he's like, "Just get it done." And he moves on. And then he comes around. He's like, it's been days. You haven't done the health screening. We need a urine sample and a fecal sample from you before you're really supposed to go out on jobs.
Oh, no.
So let's go to do this thing, but then you've got to do that. And then more days go by. He's like, "You never did it." "Okay, we're out of time. The doctor is here right now. Just get it done." And the guy's like, "What am I supposed to do?" He goes, "Well, you have the sample cups we gave you, right?"
Oh, no.
And the guy's like, "No, I don't have them." And so the elder statesman firefighter goes, okay. And he gives him a mug and a Ziploc bag. And he goes, "Pee in the mug, poop in the bag, put them on the chief's desk right now." and so then you
that's
forget
where this was going.
The way I remember it, I mean, this was 10 years ago that I watched this. You forget about it all, and then the chief is sitting at his desk. And he's like looking at his papers at the end of the day, and he picks up a mug to like drink and then finds the bag of poop. He's like, and it says, and it's labeled with the rookie's name. And it's like, "God damn it, Johnson!" And I feel like the episode ended right there. Is outstanding. I feel like that. I feel like that's based on some sort of urban legend, though, of like somebody made someone do this, like as a prank. I feel like that's not a real prank. But yeah, I think so.
There is kind of, I guess you would say, an urban legend that's sort of similar to this that I heard and like had it presented like it was a real story and kind of thought it was a real story. But then I've heard other people have the same thing told to them. So this is like a modern day urban legend about, somebody's friend, somebody's cousin or whatever, sleeps over at a dude's house. They sleep together or whatever. And then the guy gets up in the morning. Remember, I told you this. Like, I thought this had happened.
You told me this as a true story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, gets up in the morning, is like, "Hey, I have to go to work," or whatever. Like, just lock the door behind you. And so the girl is like, "All right, I'm alone here. The guy's gonna be gone all day, whatever." Gets up, goes to the bathroom, has to poop, and poops, and it won't go down. And it's like, "Oh my God, what am I gonna do? I don't want to leave the poop in the toilet with this guy I just slept with and like presumably like or whatever." So, like scoops it out in a Ziploc bag to take it with her so that like the crime scene is clean or whatever. Leaves a note on the counter and is like, "Hey, I had such a good time last night. Like, hoping you do it again or whatever." And then leaves, locks the door behind her or whatever. And then thinks, "Oh my God, I left the bag with the poop on the counter with the note."
That's so funny. Yeah, you told that to me. I remember who you said it about.
Yeah. How can you really?
I think so.
It must be wrong if
Wasn't
you can
it
remember.
that lady that pretended to fart on me in Red Bank?
No.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
Okay. Kristen had this really cool friend who I didn't know that well. And then we were taking a picture. I don't know why we were taking a picture together in Red Bank. And she was like, "Hey, wait." And then like for the picture, like put her ass on me and pretended to fart or something. I was just like, I don't know you that well, man. Like, I remember, like, I think in the
Dark
picture, I'm
days.
like looking at you like, what the fuck? This is your friend?
Yeah. It's just tough times.
Real weird. I thought it was her.
No.
Oh, okay.
But no, I always thought that was a real story or whatever. But then I like heard it from somebody else as
Yeah.
well. And unless this is rampant,
It's happening everywhere.
yeah,
It's an epidemic.
it's kind of an urban legend, actually.
I guess so, yeah.
So your story is very related.
Right.
Also related, that movie where Zach Galifianakis has to go to the bathroom in a cup.
Yes, they tell him to leave a sample in the cup, and he doesn't.
I think they say go to the bathroom.
go to the bathroom
Yeah.
in the cup, and he doesn't realize it's supposed to be a urine sample.
Yeah, it's called Out in the Cold or
Hilarity
something.
ensues.
Yes. Okay. The Lafayette Vampire.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Not sorry.
That was me.
Not sorry at all.
No. Okay, so like I said, the like legendy stuff around this is so sweet, but it's about somebody who was a real person, so it's like, oh man, damn it. So the person who came to be known as the Lafayette Vampire was named Theodore Glava, an immigrant from Transylvania who came to Lafayette.
Oh.
Exactly, from Transylvania,
Yeah.
who came to Lafayette, Colorado, and worked as a coal miner until passing away during the flu epidemic in 1918. Now, maybe cold comfort, but he wasn't known as the Lafayette Vampire until he was long dead.
In life.
He doesn't know about this, hopefully. Well, you know, who knows? Maybe
Right.
his spirit knows. But at least this wasn't something he suffered under
Yeah.
in life. So the whole thing is the result of his grave marker listing his birthplace as Transylvania.
Right.
And because of Bram Stoker's Dracula, us associating that place with vampires. That is the whole thing.
That's the whole thing.
That's the only
If he was
reason.
from Transylvania, we know what that means. He's definitely a vampire.
That's it.
That's so stupid.
So starting in the 1950s, parents in the area started using the Lafayette Vampire as a boogeyman for their children. If you're not in by dark, the Lafayette Vampire will get you.
That's a way to get him to go to bed, I guess.
I suppose. So it's really as simple as that at its base, but of course it got embellished upon more and more over time. So there are legends that ambiguously.
No, you have it right. Ambiguously.
You're right. I shouldn't have tried to correct. Why gild the lily? Back in the day, townspeople dug up his body and found blood around his mouth. Again, this is not real.
Yeah, this is a classic thing, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So they say that townspeople dug up his body back in the day and found blood around his mouth with larger than normal teeth and his nails still growing in death. Which Atlas Obscura, which I used as one of the sources, you can find it in the show notes would be normal biologically, even if it was true that the townspeople dug him up. Those are things that happen to the body after death.
Yeah, like your skin dries out and recedes, which makes your teeth look longer.
Right.
And I think because of decay, it looks like you have blood around your mouth, right? Or something
I
like
don't know about that, but your nails
Your nails can keep growing.
Yes.
Or I think that's also because of the skin receding,
Yeah, exactly.
too.
They can look longer.
Yeah.
So in this telling, those townspeople drove a stake through his heart and reburied him. Since he was a vampire, and they're like, we're going to vanquish him once
1918?
and for all.
People are so insane. Wouldn't
They're
it
crazy.
be way weirder to dig up a body and it looks fine?
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
that would be so much stranger.
That's actually more indicative of it being a vampire,
Yes.
I would think.
Yes.
That, like, why is it so well preserved? Almost like it's the undead.
Why does he look fine?
Yeah, that's scary.
Look, he's pretending to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they also say that this is awesome. That's why I was like, oh man, the story rules. But
know.
like, it's about this
is
this
nothing.
guy.
Yeah.
They say in this story that the stake eventually grew into this huge juniper tree that is there, and it's different than all the other trees around it in the cemetery that's by the gravesite, and that his growing fingernails continued to grow into a blood red rose bush that covered his grave into the early 2000s. A problem with that is that the rose bush was actually yellow. So people,
it's not blood red.
No.
It's urine yellow.
Correct.
Correct. I love that, though.
Isn't it awesome?
I love a scary tree.
Yeah.
I love the idea that the stake grew into a tree.
Yep.
His fingernails are somehow involved. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
they grew into a rose bush.
Outstanding.
Awesome. So another variation of the story was chronicled in a 1993 issue of the Rocky Mountain News, where I was delighted to learn that a local amateur folklorist, vampirologist, and 19-year-old Sonic Drive-In employee named Douglas Rowan had gathered information, quote, from old ladies who live over in the old part of town.
Absolutely terrific. Way
Yeah.
to go, Douglas Rowan.
Absolutely. That's where I want my info from, with a side of chili tots. He reported, quote, the story goes that he, Theodore Glava, moved here from Transylvania with his wife, but was bitten by a wolf or something, and it turned him into a vampire.
What?
He killed his wife, and a neighbor buried her and cornered him in a barn and drove a stake through his heart. A tree always grows from a vampire stake. It's what keeps him in the ground. They say that when there's a full moon, his soul will rise and wander around. I've never heard this before. There are a few things in here that I was surprised to hear.
Sure.
That he was bitten by a wolf and turned into a vampire. That's not usually how it goes.
No.
I've never heard that a tree always grows from a vampire stake, although I do like it.
I like that font.
But I've never heard it before. And
I don't
I've
like
never...
it if that always happens. I thought it was cool and novel for it to happen to this one vampire.
I don't mind hearing that, like, if you stake a vampire and bury them, that a tree always grows from that.
True.
I think it's pretty cool. I've just...
Right.
I don't know.
A tree grows in
he's-
Brooklyn. Vampire in Brooklyn.
Absolutely. All right. That adds up.
Yes.
One of the trees that's at my house, the prior owner told me that they took great care to transport it from Brooklyn.
Transport
it.
Transylvania.
What are we going to do with this tree?
Maybe it's every
Now
tree.
it's dangerous.
Don't they say that like every fig, like a hornet crawled in and died? And that's like,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like maybe every single tree grows from a vampire.
Maybe.
The Vampire Wars.
Right on. Created all the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But so, and also that when there's a full moon, his soul rises as a vampire.
Okay. Yeah, that's odd. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never heard of that either.
I guess maybe that's connected to him being bitten by a wolf.
Now,
I guess he's kind of some sort of like werewolf vampire hybrid.
The only thing that makes sense about being bitten by a wolf and becoming a vampire is that in some incarnations of vampires, they can transform into things besides just
true.
bats.
True.
Some people say they can transform into a wolf. So
Yeah.
maybe he was bitten by a wolf, but that wolf was a vampire
Yeah.
in transformed form.
True. Yeah, that's something.
I don't know.
Could be.
Otherwise, those old ladies were lying to Doug Rowan at the Sonic drive-thru.
Yeah, totally. Which is frankly messed up.
Yeah.
So that newspaper report seemed to coincide with a boom in popularity for the Lafayette Vampire story because of the internet becoming a thing in the early 90s. And the story started to spread online, which caused people to start coming from all over to visit the grave and leave trinkets, which they still do today. And that's why it's a location on Atlas Obscura. And the picture that they have on Atlas Obscura showed people leaving a pinwheel, some dead flowers, coins, a cough drop, maybe some sort of game die, for playing.
Right.
And I think that that's because people don't really know what to leave because we pretty much know nothing about Theodore Glava himself.
Right, yeah.
Like if you go to Marie Laveau's grave, people leave things that are particular to her, like hairpins and lipstick and stuff, because they knew that she liked those sorts of things. We know like nothing about this dude. And actually the headstone is weird because he also shares it with another miner who died within 2 days of him, also of the flu, named John Trandafir. So they share a headstone. It's like half and half.
Just because they died
pretty much
at the same time?
and people were being cheapos or something.
That's crazy.
And he was from Romania. So he was also like an outsider.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, we'll just like put these guys together, I guess.
Weird.
It's very weird. So yeah, we know that he did come by himself. He didn't come with a wife, like the Sonic guy said. I saw one report that said that he left a wife and child behind in Transylvania, but that's not totally confirmed. So we just don't really know. And so who knows how he would feel about this? Would he be upset by it? Would he get a kick out of it? Would he be like, this is so weird?
Yeah.
Maybe he was a fun guy. Who the hell
People are
knows?
saying, what?
Yeah, right. But
Why'd they leave a pinwheel? I wasn't a baby. That's weird.
all we know is that the legend of the Lafayette Vampire lives on.
It continues to this day.
All right. So here we go. The licked hand.
The licked hand.
A big one.
Yes.
This is awful.
Okay.
Well, I mean, just the base of it. There's not much more to it, but blah, this story. You probably know it, but I
sure.
would hate this. Okay. So it goes by other names. Most commonly, the doggy lick, or humans can lick too.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So there are a bunch of variations to it, but the basic gist is that a young girl is home alone one night and hears reports of a serial killer on the loose. So she locks all the doors and windows of her house except the basement window. Oh, no.
By mistake, or she?
By mistake.
Okay,
just
right.
forgets it.
It sounds like she's like, well,
And this one,
seems
I'll
like
leave.
overkill to lock them all.
Yeah. So she goes to bed, bringing her dog with her for reassurance, who goes to sleep under her bed, as it always does. And then in the middle of the night, she wakes up to a dripping sound from the bathroom, but she's too afraid to go look. So she hangs a hand down toward the floor where her dog reassuringly licks it. And then in the morning, she gets up to go to the bathroom and finds that her poor dog has been killed. And on the shower wall in blood are the words, "Humans can lick too." Ew. The serial killer was licking her hand. Oh my God.
That is really,
Oh.
that is really crazy. And didn't kill her. Just came in, did that, and left. Right?
Just came in to freak her right out and kill the dog. Yes. So this part was new to me. It's on Wikipedia, which I was kind of surprised by, but there's an extra part, and I think it's way too much, honestly. This makes the story worse. So Wikipedia goes on to say that she goes back to her room after going in and seeing this message on the wall and sees that there's a folded up piece of paper under her bed with a phone number on it. So she calls and a woman on the phone says, "Don't open any doors. Don't open any windows. Hide." Terrified, the girl hides in the bathroom and doesn't turn around until she hears a splat on the window. And she can't see what it is at first, but she realizes that it's a long blood-covered trail. So she now turns back around to look at the dog. And now there's a new note written on the mirror.
What?
In blood that says, "Sorry, I forgot something." And the dog's tail is cut off.
Okay.
What? Doesn't that suck?
Yeah.
It's too much.
way too much.
I'm surprised it was on the Wikipedia entry like that's official. I've never seen
I've
that.
never heard that in my life.
Me neither. I was like, I wanted to edit it and just take that out.
You know what was happening?
What?
A bunch of kids were sitting around
Yeah,
a campfire.
probably,
and
yeah.
one of them was getting too much attention for telling the story well. And it was like, humans can lick too. And everyone went, ah! And then somebody was jealous, was like, and then
Yeah.
you'd
Wait until what happened next.
something more happened that I'm about to say. There
Yeah.
was suddenly another message. Oopie daisy, I forgot something. And
Like-
the tail was gone.
Why did she call someone?
A
like
weak
it all
PS. Why is
sucks.
there a note under the bed that
Did
when you
the
call it
killer
goes
leave
to
it? Yeah, like-
goes to someone who's not on the killer's side?
Right. It stinks. It stinks.
It's terrible.
Obviously.
That's
Yeah.
it's fascinating. But that too is like one of the things that like I'm fascinated by with urban legends. And finally, it hasn't occurred to me like to go looking for these, but maybe we could
Yeah.
because they change in the telling so much. There were probably so many alterations and additions or versions that have not stood the test of time because people are like, leave that off.
Yeah.
We tell the story this way. We don't tell the dog.
Right.
It's awesome to hear something that should be on the cutting room floor.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
hear more of the versions that are not
Right.
sanctioned and approved.
They haven't made it
They haven't made it.
to
It's
the
like,
zeitgeist.
It's evolution. That's like finding like some sort of a creature that like did not have, the survival skills to thrive.
Right.
Talk about a Darwin Award. Like,
Totally.
That thing sucks.
I think you're right. I think some kid just went on and tacked that on.
Oopie, I forgot something. That's so bad.
Tail? Like, what is
What?
this? So there are all kinds of variations to the original story, not with that strange addendum. Some aren't as gnarly, with the dog not even dying, and the girl's parents returning in the morning and telling her, "Oh, the dog's actually been locked in the basement all night or outside all night," and she realizes that the licking couldn't be the dog. Sometimes it's an adult, nearsighted woman instead of a young girl.
Okay.
And I found somebody said that there's this old story that's possible inspiration for this. It's called The Diary of Mr. Pointner from 1919 by M.R. James, where, quote, "A young man absently strokes his dog, as he thinks, while reading an old manuscript account of the sinister death of a young student obsessed with his own hair. Of course, the creature crouching at his side is not the dog." I guess it's the student presenting his own hair?
Wait, what?
The guy to be petting? Because if the whole thing is hair based, the guy's petting what he thinks is his dog's hair. It's a mess, honestly, even in one sentence.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't really either. They've got something. Something's cooking here.
Yeah.
But it's confusing. I'll read it again. A young man absently strokes his dog while reading an old manuscript account of the sinister death of a young student obsessed with his own hair. Of course, the creature crouching at his side is not the dog. So it must be the young student who was obsessed with his own hair. And the guy is petting that student's hair.
That's so...
I know, convoluted.
I don't understand.
I do see.
How can you die in a sinister way because you're obsessed with your own hair?
I don't know.
How can you be obsessed with your own hair?
I don't know. I don't know. And he must have faked his death if he's there allowing this young man to stroke his hair.
What a coincidence that the man is reading an old manuscript
about him.
What the hell?
I know.
That sounds like on a sitcom when they're like yada yada yada. That's not my hair.
Yes.
You know, like they like allude to a punchline to a joke that they can't say on TV.
Right.
Needless to say, it wasn't his dog he was petting. Like,
it starts with that. I mean, he said he absently
about?
Strokes his dog as he thinks.
Yeah.
I left it out in my second telling, but yeah.
That's bizarre.
It's very strange.
Obsessed with his own hair. That phrasing
It's not
is
great.
so stupid.
I know.
What a riveting manuscript to read. Oh, wow. What a page turner. The story of a boy who's obsessed with his own hair.
I know. What must they be saying in there? So yeah. So that's the licked hand.
All
and
right. I know.
How terrible.
It really is. Yeah, humans can lick too is really disgusting.
I would die.
I
I mean,
like that's so crazy. Like similar to the killer in the backseat.
Bad guy under your bed. You put your hand down there.
It's just like, but he's a serial killer, right?
So disturbing.
It's like the killer in the backseat. Like these are two of the big guns. We got two big guns in this episode. Two like very well-known urban legends that don't make sense when you think about them for more than 5 seconds. The high beams go on repeatedly, and he keeps ducking down. It's like whack-a-mole. And then in this, it's like, I'm a serial killer. I snuck into the house. I killed the dog. Yeah. Or her hands dangling down. Well, how about instead of being a serial killer and, committing murder most foul, instead I'll do something very confusing and gross and weird. And then leave a note. Humans can lick too.
They say serial killers rarely change their MOs. Right. So this person was really acting outside the box.
Yes, very much so. Wouldn't you think like maybe he's a great actor. Mm-hmm. I feel like, and I hope to never find out, that a human licking is definitely a different feeling than a dog licking.
I think it has to be.
Definitely different.
I don't think you would be looking for it, maybe, in the middle of the night. If you just, God, I don't know. I think I would be like, that feels weird.
That feels weird.
I think I would. Like, I think I know what
Better go back to sleep.
I think I know what my dog's licking. I can tell whether it's Buffy or Winnie licking me.
Right, yes, right.
So.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
God.
Yes, it's a freak show. It's a real freak show.
This one really gives me the creeps.
I will say, and this is like something that like in writing these days, I don't mean my own, I mean just like in general, there's so much there's so much sympathy for the idea of somebody who's crazy.
Yes.
Because no one is capital C crazy. Like everyone is suffering some sort of, a condition.
Yeah, it's not just something
is deserving of sympathy. We don't demonize people who are, have some form of condition.
Yeah, they're not just like scary and bad.
Right. But in an urban legend context, they're just madmen. Right. Where it's like, what? I can't even fathom. We'll never understand this person, but he's licking her hand and humans can lick too. It's just
humans can lick too.
So messed up, weird, and frightening in a way that like no sympathy. This is
get it away
crazy.
From me.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And there's something that's very refreshing about that.
Yeah.
It's like
cut and dry.
You can point at him and just go, ew.
No.
And that's okay.
No.
Yes. No. Bad.
No.
Bad man.
Yeah. God. All right. And I have one last thing for us because the thing that came right after.
I could do this all day. I could just sit here
I know.
I love this.
It's fabulous. Well, guess what? This is going to bring you right down. This one absolutely sucks.
Oh, no. Okay.
This is just checking a box.
Yeah,
really.
I know. Well, that's the Wikipedia thing. That's why we do it.
Yep.
We like, it's fun to be stuck in a corner and have to cover this shit. Yeah.
Totally. The one right after this caught my eye because I was like, okay, the link is pretty simple. I bet I can cover just one more thing. And this is a real shorty and not terribly interesting unless you're like a naval enthusiast, I would say.
Belly buttons or ships?
Ships.
Okay.
Ships. Yeah, you're going to be disappointed if you're
I'm a naval enthusiast. What is that, lint?
Ooh, what you got there?
All right.
Okay, this is the story of the lighthouse and the naval vessel.
Okay.
All right, this is the legend of a maritime incident that supposedly happened where apparently one ship, let's call it Ship 1, okay, thought it was on a collision course with another ship. Let's call that one Ship 2. So it reached out by radio to ask that the ship alter its course. Ship 2 says, "Sir, I think you need to alter your course." Ship 1 is like, "Bitch, I asked you first." They go back and forth for a bit, Ship 1 getting more and more haughty before Ship 2 says, "This is a lighthouse. Your call." Ship 1 feels stupid. Sailors everywhere crack up. This is the urban legend.
That's the urban legend. They
Yes.
thought that Ship 2 was a ship, but it's
Yes.
not a ship. It's a lighthouse.
So it's a legend that one time a ship reached out to what it thought was another ship, insisted that it move, and it turned out, oh my God, it was actually a lighthouse. Can you believe?
Yeah, there's some sort of a drill sergeant, a humorless drill sergeant, who tells this story at basic training.
Yeah, and it smashes.
Like it's funny. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Right. Yeah, this is a crusher. This is a huge finisher.
With a certain audience.
With a certain audience.
Yeah.
It was a lighthouse.
Yeah.
He permission to laugh. Oh.
It is apparently not true
Uh-huh.
and originally appeared as a comic strip in 1931.
What is this? One of those Beetle Baileys?
Yeah, so that's the urban legend of the lighthouse and the naval vessel.
Tight. Well, maybe next week we can talk about some Garfield strips.
Who was that couple that
Bazooka
argued?
Joe, High and Lois.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't worry, I got it all.
Yeah.
I know all the comic strips. I did used to look forward to the
Me
Sunday
too.
Funnies. We
I
used to do them with
loved
Dad.
Yeah, totally. What was that?
Slylock.
Thank you.
Slylock Fox.
Yes.
Yeah, they had little puzzles, and Dad would act like
Yeah.
he would act like the wisest man in the world. He always looked like the cat that ate the canary
know.
whenever we would try to do riddles with Dad.
I know.
Do you know how it was done?
Yep.
I already know. I bet he was reading the
already know.
solution upside down.
Oh, I guarantee.
I guarantee.
He was a
just-
little cheater.
Yeah, he was a cheater.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a sick man.
Yeah.
Love you, Pop.
Love you.
All right.
All
Well,
right,
there you go, everybody.
Yep.
Urban legends. God, I love them.
They're great. So thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed them too. Oh, actually, we have to tell you something about next week.
News,
we have
yes.
a big announcement. So, in October, we do movie series that are themed. Next week is the first week of October, and so begins a new series.
How are we going to top last year? Scaremuto. There still is no Scary Movie 6 yet, although
Not yet. It's coming down the pike.
there's constantly rumors about what Scary Movie 6 will be, what it will be parodying. Will Shorty be back? The answer appears to be yes.
Yeah, I think so. I saw a quote where was it Marlon Wayans or was it somebody just speculating? I think it was Marlon Wayans,
Marlon
right?
Wayans won't stop. There's press for
I
the
know.
movie Him,
Yes.
which he's one of the leads of.
Yep.
But people keep asking him about Scary Movie, so he said, I'd love to see Doofy come back.
He did? I
He
didn't
said
see that.
He said that. Which Kristen and I have been talking about way more than anyone would believe.
Oh, absolutely.
There's so much Doofy
There's
coverage.
so much potential.
On patreon.com/GTTUpod.
Oh, yeah, going back years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, all right. So, I don't even know if we can talk about it in terms of topping Scaremuto. We just have to move on from
Yes,
Scaremuto.
it just has to be
That's
its
all we
own
can
creature.
do.
You're right.
So, welcome, starting next week, to Timbertober.
Timbertober begins.
Yep, we are going to be watching the movies of Tim Burton.
Yep.
And we are going in chronological order.
Yes. We're going to play a little fast and loose, I suppose.
Yeah, of course. We're going to do some skips.
Yes.
But
because next week is the beginning of October and therefore Timbertober, we are going to be starting with the first movie Tim Burton ever directed, which has one of the most legendary horror scenes of all time.
Oh, yeah.
But really, it's just that one scene that's scary.
Yeah, of course. Well, there's
also
some
the
other
furthest.
scary things.
That's true. It's also the furthest October show from Halloween.
Yes.
So in that sense, it's appropriate. We're going to be talking.
We noticed that these were going to be getting progressively scarier as we get closer to Halloween.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about Pee-wee's Big Adventure next week.
Get ready
Marge.
for Large Marge. Get ready for Francis with that gum coming down his mouth. That freaky magic store.
Yes, you're right. There is a lot of disgusting, frightening stuff.
Pee-wee running out of the pet store holding the snakes. Scary.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure next week.
Yeah.
And then if I can just give everyone the menu.
Yeah.
That means that after Pee-wee's Big Adventure, we're going to talk about Beetlejuice. Mm-hmm. Then we're going to talk about Batman. Then we're going to leapfrog some of his, he did a handful of Christmas movies all in a row.
Yeah, so we're going to save those, actually.
We may save those, put them in our back pocket. Mm-hmm. Ed Wood doesn't count. Mm-hmm. We're going to do Mars Attacks, and then we're going to culminate Timbertober with our Halloween episode, which will release on Halloween itself this year.
How beautiful is that?
Halloween is a Friday. We will be talking about one of my absolute favorite Halloween time traditions. We're going to talk about Sleepy Hollow.
Same. I would say it's one of my favorite movies.
Talk about a pumpkin-headed madman.
Oh, yeah.
That freaks you out.
Yeah, seriously.
There you go. Timbertober, everybody. Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Beetlejuice, Batman, Mars Attacks. Planet of the Apes will not be on the menu. I instead mean
this time.
Sleepy Hollow.
You went down one on the list.
I went down one on the list. Yes, I made a huge mistake. Timbertober begins, everybody.
Yep.
Which means that Urban Legends ends for now.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We hope that you enjoyed this conversation. If you did, please consider going to patreon.com/GTTUpod and lending us your support.
Yeah.
You can get access to the Netherworld Dispatch there, the Discord, so many bonus shows you'll unlock on the Ghost, Banshee, and Demon tiers. Come see us at the NJ HorrorCon tomorrow, Saturday, September 27th, and Sunday, September 28th. And then swing by the Smodcastle Cinemas for The Devil and Daisy Dirt. And thank you all so much. You can also follow us individually if you'd like.
Yep, I'm at Chillin' Kristen.
I'm at The Myth Traveler. So the next time you see us, it could be in person.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll be back next week for the kickoff of Timbertober. But until that time comes, we must travel.
Back to the Netherworld go we. It's me
Pee-wee.
marching to the Netherworld.
Heading to the Alamo.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this movie in a gajillion years.
I have. I don't remember the last time I saw it, but it's not been that long for me.
It'll be fresh.
Yeah.
It'll be fresh as a daisy, I imagine.
I mean, it's great.
I can't wait.
Paging Mr. Herman. Mr. Herman to the front desk.
Oh, don't worry. He'll be right here.